Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, distinguished guests and esteemed viewers. You are welcome to another exciting edition of our weekly leadership, business, and personal development conversation. Whether you are joining us from Nigeria or elsewhere in Africa, Europe, America, or any part of the world, thank you for choosing to spend the next 1 hour with us. Please invite your colleagues, business partners, friends, and family. Share this broadcast now because tonight's conversation may completely change the way someone thinks about success. I remain Comfort Eyitayo, your regular host for Connect with Comfort show. On this program, we aim to add value to people on business, enterprise, and personal growth. Each show is organized to feature special guests who are usually subject matter experts that helps us to throw more insight into the topic of the day. Once again, I would like to say you are most welcome. This evening, we are discussing a statement that many people quote without questioning, and that is your network is your net worth. It's like a slogan. But the question is that really true or is it completely true? Can someone have thousands of contacts in terms of network and still remain broke? Can someone know influential people and still struggle financially? Can networking replace competence? Can relationships create wealth without value? Tonight, we are unpacking one of the biggest myths and one of the greatest truths in career growth, business, and leadership. And that is our topic for today, which is your network is not your net worth. Seems contradictory to what we have known and we issue as slang up to now. Your network is not your net worth. This is going to be honest, thought provoking, and incredibly practical. So I implore you to remain connected while we go on this very short break. We'll be right back. You're welcome back and thanks for remaining connected. It's time for us to meet our special guest for today. And you are now welcome to meet her. She's no other than Omobola Olushola Olaribigbe. Omobola is a distinguished educationist, entrepreneur, and social impact advocate with a career focus on strengthening education, management, and operational excellence in Nigeria. She is currently advancing her strategic leadership expertise as a Doctor of Business Administration candidate at Rome Business School. Research and scholarly focus of Omobola. She's involved in work that bridges theory and real-world transformation. Her research centers on leadership and organizational change, governance, as well as sustainability in education through a social enterprise lens. She is committed to developing evidence-based leadership models and building institutional resilience, translating complex ideas into practical solutions for resource-constrained environments. Omobola's leadership foundation is supported by degrees from University of Lagos, Nigeria, and University of Wales in UK, United Kingdom, and executive training at Said Business School, University of Oxford in United Kingdom as well. She is a certified Scrum Master (CSM) and holds certification in emotional intelligence (EQ), known for her practice of listening without judgment. She applies strong relationship management and empathy driven leadership to build trust and performance across teams. A second generation school owner and learning leader at Ikija Day School, Omobola adopts a data-informed approach to delivering affordable, high-quality early years and primary education. Her influence extends beyond Nigeria through global advisory and advocacy roles, which includes advisory board member, Cisco Unites Foundation, advisory board member, Reedland Foundation, country ambassador, MENA EdTech Alliance. Through the Yeye Modupe Alakija Foundation, Omobola leads the Paddy Project. Paddy Project is preserving and activating destinies initiative, and the Yeye Modupe Alakija Foundation Vocational Academy, equipping on underserved girls with digital, vocational, and life skills. She is also an accomplished author with published works including Building Actionable Difference, 40 440, like the ratio 40-440, and the Mina's Diary series. A certified Microsoft educator and mentee of the Cherry Blair Foundation, Omobola balances her professional life with a strong commitment to wellness, travel, and cultural exploration. A keen observer of storytelling and human behavior, she also engages in film critics, reflecting a deep appreciation for narrative, identity, and social pattern. Please join me in making welcome our special guest for today, Omobola Olaribigbe Olusola. Thank you very much for coming on this show, for obliging us your precious time on a Sunday evening and for willing to share with us out of your vast experience on this subject matter. Thank you very much. You are most welcome.
Thank you, ma. Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you, ma.
Thank you very much. So we begin straight away. Let's begin with something simple. When people hear this statement, your network is your network, which is what we have been used to, and
Mhm.
we are common with that. What usually comes to your mind?
Okay, thank you, ma. Okay, so when I hear this statement, it's the very first time I heard it was like a light bulb moment for me, sincerely. It was something that was like, wow, wow, wow. I think I read it somewhere on IG. And I started looking at it deeply that this is such a great statement. Your network is your network. And of course, it paints the picture of, you're in a room full of executives. It could be a casual setting as well, but people that, of course, are of high worth. And then you are there exchanging cards. I know that's what comes to my mind. And the phrase I would always say is a profound statement. The problem is that when people hear that statement, it comes with connections. That's what it comes with. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Connections, high worth individuals. So for me, what comes to my mind is a room full of people exchanging cards. That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Okay. So exchanging cards, and then hopefully that will translate to catapulting you to great heights. So it's not just
Yes.
exchanging card for the sake of it. That's common, and I think everyone can really resonate with that. So do you believe that statement is completely true, partly true, or largely misunderstood?
It's a largely misunderstood statement. Largely misunderstood statement. Because the truth is that a lot of people treat networking like a noun. I'll start with this. I'll start with the fact that relationships, of course, they create opportunities. Yoruba would always say this word that èèyàn láṣọ èèyàn, meaning that, yes, relationships is really, really important. It's really important. And that's the truth in that statement, meaning that relationships, the network they're talking about, there is obviously they're talking about people. And of course, that goes to say it talks about relationships. That's a very, very true statement. However, the misunderstood part in that statement is that people usually do not take the action that comes with the networking, because networking for a lot of people is treated like a noun, is a must have, is a must do. However, when we talk about networking in itself, it is something that requires action, requires you to do something. And that is why that statement on its own, sitting on its own, that your network is your net worth, is a largely misunderstood statement. It's a network, the networking there, and we can also see it like a garden. If you look at a garden, if you have a garden, so that's why I'm trying to relate it to the action word now. If we look at a garden and you don't tend the garden, you don't groom the garden, that garden cannot grow. So your network in itself is definitely not your network if an action does not follow follow it. So it's a largely misunderstood statement.
Very correct. So your garden that is supposed to be beautiful garden, if it's not of garden of food, vegetable and things like that, it's supposed to be a thing of beauty. So can become a thing of eyesore that grows
Absolutely.
wide if you don't tend. That's correct. So if networking alone, as we know it, exchange of card and all that, does
Mm.
not produce wealth, what exactly does?
If what? Say that again, ma.
If networking
Mm,
alone.
mm,
That is networking as we know it. Oh, let me exchange cards, let me say
mm,
hello to this person. If that alone does not produce wealth,
mm.
what does?
Okay, so I'll take us back that when we assume, or the statement that networking produces wealth, we're looking at it from a transactional position. Because when it comes to networking, networking alone cannot be. So I would also agree that if we are talking about wealth, we're not talking about money here. We're talking about being wealthy, meaning that you know people that when things are down, you know that sometimes a lot of times money is not the solution to the problem. It's a case of even having somebody you can call is wealth in itself right there. When the chips are really down, somebody to talk to you, someone that you can actually listen to. So when we go back to that phrase networking, what you can use for it to produce the wealth we are talking about, we're looking at it from the angle of you yourself. You have to be somebody that is bringing value to the relationship. And the relationship is between two people. It's not just about you. You really, really have to put into that relationship for you to be able to draw from it. So if you look at it like a bank account, you have to have put something in as well for it to generate that interest that you are looking for it to give you that wealth that you need. So it means you need to tend to it, you need to pay attention to it, you need to be mindful of it, you need to be intentional about tending it for it to be able to grow and for you to be able to yield interest and for you to get the wealth you are looking for.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I'm sure some people are really taking note of this, and perhaps this is why it is possible to know powerful people and still remain irrelevant because you
Absolutely.
have not acted on the connection. Thank you very much for that brilliant submission. So, what is the difference between knowing people and being known for value?
I love that question. Knowing people. Do people know you? You can know people, oh, but do people know you? There's this thing that we normally throw around that we say, eh, she's my friend or he's my friend. Are you his friend? If they ask the other person, we've seen cases like that when you say, I know them, and then go and ask that, they say, really?
Who is that?
She's just that person now. Ah, so we need to be mindful of these things. So the difference between knowing people and being known for value. Knowing people means you have their number, their contacts, maybe you know them, you lived on the same street, you know their history. When they ask you, you know everything about them, which is fine. But being known for value means that when your name comes up in a room that you are not in, people say something about who you are, what it is that you do. This person, they just don't say, oh, this person is just a lovely person. They actually talk about it and they say, oh, this is the person you can go to. This person is a dependable human being. This person has results. This person is doing work. This person is showing working, to use the new adage. So being known for value is what people need to be seen. It's not about even the job. It's just the fact that that person is trustworthy. There's always a role for it. There is always a role for it. That person, if you want to find somebody to depend on, call on XYZ. So you knowing people is not going to take you anywhere. It's not knowing people. Do people know you? And what do people know you for? What value do you bring is the most important thing.
Thank you very much. I love that distinction. Many people spend years trying to meet influential people instead of becoming influential themselves.
Yes.
Like you said, what are you known for? Can somebody say you are a value giver? What can you be what can be ascribed to you in terms of value? So it's
Yes.
very important. So in this sense, can competence eventually build its own network? That is, your competency, can it build its own network?
Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, it can. But slowly, and only if people can see that competence. Only if people can see it. Competence that stays invisible is nothing. Is nothing. You have to be visible. So the most competent people in any field, they still need somebody to open the door for them. So you being competent, you need to have the social skills, the relationship skills to be able to tap into it so that people are speaking. Some people are so good at what they do, so brilliant at what they do, but their attitude, their character is so nasty. Is so nasty that people are afraid to recommend them, despite the fact that they know that this person is competent. But let's talk about people that have competent and bring value now. It is still important. You can't be an island by yourself. You still need to have relationships that will open that door for you. So it changes over time. You need to be able to produce evidence in that competence so that people are able to speak for you when you are not there. So yes, competent, it can build his own network, but slowly, and it has to be intentional. It must be intentional.
Thank you very much. You just said something now that's very profound. Some people don't pay attention to it, but it's very important. Like you can have somebody that is good. If the character is not there, maybe the person is arrogant, the person talks down on people and things like that. You probably have to think twice before you recommend. Like, don't let this person not go and stain me out
Disgrace
there.
me. Yes.
Don't go and disgrace me. So perhaps we can say network gives access, but value and character determines when that door that is open remains open,
Yes.
because your contacts will open doors for you if it's well harnessed, the action has been taken. But how you remain in the room, how long
It's up
the
to you.
door remains open, it becomes a thing that is up to you, your character and the value
Yes.
you are giving.
Bring in.
Thank you very much for that. So can someone deliberately increase their value?
Ah, yes. Very, very, very much so. Very much so. It is something that we all need to look at. We need to begin to look at it very well. It's something that we need to begin to work on. One can deliberately it's being intentional about everything. It's being intentional about. So I'll use a quick scenario. You see somebody and you meet somebody. Say for instance, now I met you somewhere now, and I you give me your card, you speak to me, I introduce myself to you. It is not enough for me to just walk away from that thing. I need to begin to show and bring to you that, oh, yes, this is what I am good at. And I'll make it known to you and begin to work on that thing and express it to you oftentimes that, yes, I
And
this is
do
what I do. This is what I do. I communicate it. I check up on you. It could even be the fact that you are having events, and I call upon you. Maybe because I know that, oh, I like this woman so much. Maybe I don't need to necessarily tell her that she's my mentor, but I look at her, she's going for an event. I can chat her up. Hello, ma, blah blah. I know you are going to be here today. Can I come in and be your assistant for the day? Or I see you at an event, I am there to, you will see that I'm bringing something to you. I can help you do so many things. It's really important, and it's a place where people need to begin to look at. And the truth is that value compounds. It's just the little things we do all the time. It compounds the same way interest does when we're talking about wealth. So small, consistent deposits over time, it creates something significant. It is those little things that we begin to do. You need to develop that reputation when it comes to value. You need to develop that reputation of what you are known for, and people know that this is what this person is known for. And you have to be authentic. That's another thing. You do not create value because you know you want to go and get something. It has to be something that you have to be authentic about it. That one is very easy to even smell from. If you pretend after a while, people would know. So
Yes.
value in itself is something that we need to be deliberate about, and it can be done over time. It compounds over time. Little things is something that we really need to invest in.
Thank you very much. Perhaps it's like you've seen a question that is asked by one of our audience, Samuel Ayeni. I think he's
So,
streaming from UK. He asked, "What? Where is the role of relationship in this issue of value?" And I think that's what you have just said. The relationship role is really very high because, like our special guest had explained, if you don't build that relationship in the first instance, people will not get to know what you can offer. It's through relationship that you can now demonstrate or speak about what you do, and given the opportunity, you demonstrate. So, and then the relationship has to be cordial enough for you to be received, or for attention to be paid to you, or for listening ear to be given to you. So it's very important, the role of relationship in the value we are talking about. I hope that answer your question, Mr. Yemi. Thank you very much for asking that. Let's address the obvious question. If networking isn't your net worth, as we're saying, does networking still matter?
mm, it matters. It matters a lot. It's an activity. If you look at it, networking, it's an activity, a deliberate activity. It matters. It's the intention behind the activity that matters more. The intention behind it. Networking that is transactional, collecting for future produces very little. The argument is not even against networking. It is about passive networking that we're talking about here. Passive, it is very important because igi kan ò dágbó ṣe, like Yoruba would say, igi kan ò lè dágbó ṣe. You need people. You need people. And why networking is like, if you look at that, so I would use myself as an example. I'll use myself as an example. When I meet, before now, if I attended an event and I saw somebody that I knew that, okay, this person, I like this person, that is all to it. Oh. That's the end of it. The card, the whatever, I can save the number. But when I started being intentional about watering those relationships, meaning that I reach out to those people, I see things that they are doing, I comment on it, I attend their events. For me, what I do most times is presence, my presence. I know how to give people my presence, and it has worked exceptionally well for me. It has worked exceptionally well for me. Networking is by far the way to get to the next level. It's not only about money, about life in itself. About life in itself. It is very important. It is what you do after. It's not just about going to events, let's do network, let's do no. It doesn't do anything to us. We need to be intentional about it. That is where the value comes in, and that is where it becomes important to us. I have people on my phone. I know quite a number of people on my phone that I know that if I reach out to them, or if I say, let me pack them together now, I'll say I have billionaires. But the truth is that have I watered the relationship? What have I done? They are just sitting in my. I can't. I'm even afraid to call them because it's like, Omo, you should need in Koloshin Wawani. Even family members that I know that they are maybe position, and it's because I need something. I'm not something. I don't read them on their birthdays. I don't read them on. But is it now when I need something that I'll go to them? No, 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 no. So that is what networking is all about. It's intentional. It's taking it to the next level. The action behind it. That is where it becomes a game changer for us.
Thank you very much. With that said, how do professionals network differently?
Professionals.
Yes.
For me, most times the networking events are usually for professionals. For professionals right now, I think they need to pause. They need to pause and not begin to look for more people. Let them go into their contacts that they have right now. They need to begin to walk deeper and not wider. Let them go into their contacts and pick 5 people and begin to water the relationships. I'm sorry I'm using the word watering a lot because I'm just liking it to a garden,
Yes.
because that's the example I can use here. Because we all know what gardens are. And when it is nicely watered with sunshine and all of that, it blooms, it grows, it's beautiful. So professionals, what they need to do is not begin to search for the next. If they don't have anybody in their network right now that can actually help their career right now, I'll say look for, but do not jump on the next. Look for 1 to 2 people and go deep in the relationships. Work deeply in the relationship. Don't go wider. Don't look for more people that you want to add to the ones that you have. The ones you've already met, reach out to them. Reach out to them. I will also not, be blindsided to the part that some people that are high network people also shut down the upcoming ones. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen a lot of times. And it's not because of it's just because of the mentor or whoever it is that high is just that person. It's not about you. Some people just shut out people because they feel they always want something. It can be from experience and they just shut them out. You don't have to be open to everybody when you get to some certain level in life. But for professionals, reach out to 1, 2 people. If there is, yes, begin to water their relationships and you will see the difference and all that matters.
Thank you very much. Go deep instead of looking at numbers. So the ones you have, cultivate them very well before you start looking for number. We have a contribution from Dr. Aseyin today from Abuja.
Okay.
It goes thus: someone's worth is defined by his or her commitment to integrity. Competence without integrity is
It's
worthless.
worthless.
To benefit from network, your integrity must be unquestionable. Very, very true.
Very
Very true.
true.
Thank you, Dr. Aseyin, for that very useful contribution. So we have to be all the time watching what we do. It's not just what we say, what we do, because
Yes,
people will hold us accountable more on our action than even what we say. So it's important.
absolutely.
It's important to be able to align what we say to what we do, and then we should not be having dual character, one for the public space and
Bipolar.
one. So,
I want in your house.
yes. So when you go out there, you become another person. So try and build the right
Your authentic self.
character. Yeah, authentication. That's what that is about. Be authentic so that people can count on you anytime, any day. Thank you. Sometimes with all that we have said, people still make mistakes. So what mistakes do people make when networking? So maybe you can guide our audience.
Yes. So one mistake I made in the past, or I made one time, was that meeting people and immediately telling them a problem and telling them to find the solution for you. Or just meeting somebody and say, can you be my mentor? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Ìgbà táwa náà kéré nìyẹn, when we were younger. Now we too are mentoring people now, and I know how it rubs off wrongly. But what I do is that I call that person and I say, that's not how you do it, and tell the person what to do. I just don't ignore, because I had been ignored in the past and I know how that felt. And it's the up till today, if not for self-awareness and so, those people that ignored in the past, sorry ma, I still look at them and like, oh, àwọn ẹni yìí, and I just move on. But the truth is that you do not go to somebody when you meet somebody for the first time and go with a problem. No, 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 no. It's a no, no. It's a no, no.
So
It's a
that's
no, no.
a big
That's the
mistake.
first rule. Is the first rule. You should actually be out to even offer solutions from your own end. When they are talking about things, even as much as just complimenting, oh, do you know that color blue looks very beautiful on you? Is an opening line. People like to be complimented.
Yes,
People like to be,
that's
oh, I
true.
love your shoes, ma. They are so beautiful. It's not that the shoe, you don't need to go and compliment an ugly shoe. Look for something that's beautiful in that. Yes, because that's pretense. And that's
Yes,
another,
the person
is
will
a
see through
419
it that.
move to enter. No, 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 no. And the person already knows. But look for that thing. It could be that, oh, I love the way you smiled, ma. Something that, kind of lighten up that person. Don't go with a solution. Don't go with a problem. I'm sorry. Don't go with a problem. And if you are targeting somebody, maybe somebody you know so well, you can talk about a book that they've written. If they're giving you audience, you can talk about an article that they've had in the past or something. Ma, do you know this? Sir, do you know? People like to also, when they see that, oh, this person actually knows about me, they are
Mm,
quite receptive to that.
yes,
They open up at that point, and you leave a lasting memory. Your line should be somebody that they always remember. They remember for good. It's very, very important. Do not always go with, how do I solve this problem? Sometime in COVID, man, somebody was brought to one of these, there was a lot of online thing going on then. And the man said something. And I quickly ran to him, to his DM on Instagram. And I went with one problem like this. The man read it, he didn't respond to me.
mm,
Up to today, I met him in April and I told him what happened. He said that I just met him for the first time. And he did not even see me physically. This was April of 2026. This was 6 years after. And he told me that I did not even say hello, hi, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for this. I just went to the problem straight. That why would he answer me? That he saw, yeah, he did apologize, but that was a learning moment for me.
fantastic. It's just like contribution from Muiwa Adelibigbe. Goes us. Don't let people meet your frustration, but your solution, solutions and aspirations. So you don't
Yes,
wear your problem
your
on your
problems.
sleeve. So it's like saying uh, avoid mistakes of asking before
Mm,
giving.
mm,
You are always asking, not even thinking of giving or
yes,
looking desperate, which is what he has said. Transactional relationship, somebody will know that definitely is because of what you stand to gain or what you want to gain that
yes,
you are approaching me, not not for the sake of knowing me better or having any meaningful relationship.
relationship.
So only networking upwards. Upwards means not not like you said, not following up means your collection of cards doesn't have any meaning. And
It
then like
doesn't.
Dr. Aseyi said, you must not be seen to lack credibility. There are so many things that you will do that will show that you lack credibility. So all these
Absolutely.
are mistakes we should watch out for when we are trying to build our network with
Network.
people. Now, can introverts, introvert, those who are into their shell, can introverts become excellent networkers? Because some people give that as reason. I don't think I can go to that function, or I don't think I can go to that man or woman because they are into themselves. They hardly come out of their shell.
They are not hungry. That's what I would say. It's true. They are not hungry. That's what I would say. So we can be introverts. It's a personality. But
Mm.
when you are looking at what's going to take you to the next level or what is going to help you in your career, you should not, you should be able to come out of your shell for those things. And another thing that introverts do not actually appreciate is that introverts, they listen more carefully. They are good listeners. If an introvert is able to harness and look into those things. And when it comes to networking, in as much as networking it requires people coming together, but listening is a skill that's essential for networking. You have to be able to listen, to give response to what that person is saying. So introverts can make very, very good networkers because the introverts, they usually work on relationships. They work on relationships. And that is if they channel that into the right thing. So both of them, introverts and extroverts, they work together. They are good personalities to have. It depends on where you channel that energy to. Extroverts, they usually walk the room. People see them, people know them when
Yeah,
they
loud.
come in. They're loud. But it depends on how you want to channel it. So introverts, for me, I think they make very good relationship. In fact, their superpower should actually be networking. It's not about you going about. If an introvert picks one person, not five, not 10. Just pick that one person. You've gone to 3 events in 365 days. Pick one person per event and nurture that relationship. That's 3 people. Do you need more than 3 people in your life? 3 good people, deep relationships, they will open doors for you if you are intentional. So introverts is not an excuse. They do not need to change with it. They just need to channel their relationships into fewer, deeper relationships. So if you know you can't talk too much, look for people that, yes, and work on it, and you will see the difference. But shying away, ebi o ti polówó ẹni o. No, it's true, ma. When
Yeah,
they are really hungry, you would
they
you would do
get
what you're
pushed
supposed to
out.
do.
Okay,
Mm.
funny though, but very true. It's like it's either you are chasing something or something is chasing you. So,
Oh,
which creates wealth faster? Connections, skills, or execution?
ah, connections without skills, it produces nothing. Produces nothing. You have connection, but you don't have skills. It's nothing. Skills without production, without execution. You have the skills, but you can't execute. It produces, I guess, potential, but it doesn't give you any results. But execution is where it is. Execution compounds. They say show working. Execution shows evidence. Good execution, man, shows evidence little by little, little by little, because everything now is performance based, evidence based. I can do it, let's see that you do it. But execution, seeing things through, doing things, seeing over time, little by little, little by little, trust me, it compounds. Is the best thing. Connection, little of it. So when you can execute, but your connections, you have average connections, you have the skills, is average as well, and you're able to execute. Trust me, is the best of the three. The three is good, but I would say execution without a doubt. Good execution without a doubt, because execution too can be bad.
I think looking at it, the skill aspect is like the glue of the trio, because
Yeah.
for your connection to be meaningful, you have to have a skill that you want to offer, like value.
Mm.
Your
Yeah.
skill is projecting value. So it's like a glue for that connection. You need that skill, which is the competence we talked about. Then
Mm.
with that, you have something to offer. Then with your
Yes.
connection now, you can offer that. And now to seal it up, your execution. So
Execution.
I would say they are
They
all the
work
three.
together.
Yeah, they work together. They are important, but you cannot rely on one without the other, because you cannot execute if you don't have the skill.
Yes.
You understand? You cannot
Yes.
execute if you don't have the skill. Your network would give you opportunity, will open platform for you to
Mm.
execute. So the three are very important. So we should always aim to have that competency, and then when we network, we have that opportunity, the platform created for us. We should now make sure our action, which is in terms of execution, in this wise, speaks for itself, so that we can have that wealth we are looking at. Thank you very much. As we begin to round up, I would like to ask a question. For instance, if anyone that is among those watching now remembers only one lesson from today's conversation, what would you like that lesson to be? Like, okay, I just want to remember one lesson from this conversation. What would you like it to be?
Stop waiting for a better network. Look within. Look within. We already have people around us. Look around you. You already have people. Don't begin to do an audit of what you have already. Do an audit of what you have already and begin to work from there. Begin to work from there. There are a lot of WhatsApp group that people have. Old school, this, your old schoolmates. A lot of people run from them. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't run from my own schoolmates. They are aspirational to me. So if you don't want to be there, remove yourself from there. Go and do an audit of who the people are in your network, and hold on to one to three of them, and work on it solely. Work on it very well. For the rest of this 2026, pick that one person and nurture that relationship, and see the difference that it will make.
Fantastic.
And of course, one last thing, ma, work on yourself as well. Be honest with yourself. Do a self audit of who you are yourself before you even put yourself out there. Do an audit. Do I have an attitude problem? Why are people running from me? What exactly is wrong? If it means you want to run to the Lord in prayer, go and do that. If it requires fasting and prayer before you go into the next networking, because maybe your opening statement, it could be your mouth that's the problem. Go and do an audit on yourself first, and then do an audit of the people around you, and hold on to that one person for this 2026, and see the difference it will make.
Thank you
Thank you, ma'am.
very much. We should examine ourselves and be true to ourselves, because you can examine yourself and you see the signal telling you something, and you decide to see another thing entirely. Be sincere with yourself. What an enlightening conversation we've had today. We have learned that your network may introduce you, but your value keeps you there. Relationship creates opportunities. Competence converts opportunities. Character sustains opportunities. Execution multiplies opportunities. So you can now see how we are connecting all the dots that our
Yes.
special guests have given us today. So we must be consistent. Consistency transforms opportunity into wealth. So it's not just one thing, the dots are connected. So when you get all that together, then consistency will now transform the opportunities into wealth. So perhaps the better statement is this: your network may open the door, but your value determines your
Your
network.
net worth.
So it's important for us to note all this and imbibe them, take action. Stop collecting cards that will gather dust. Take take action. Execute. If at least those words that we have used today, let it keep ringing bell. So to our distinguished guests, I want to say a big thank you to you, Omobola. You've done very, very well.
Thank you, ma.
Made us proud. And you just cannot have enough of you, but for time you just have to stop where you got into today. So to everyone also, I also want to appreciate you. While we were on this show, for those I was able to quickly jot down their name. Okay, the last contribution from Dr. saying, be true to yourself. Okay, great session. Thank you very much, Dr. saying. I noticed Ronnie Dabai. Sorry if I don't pronounce it well. It's the way it is written. Of course, the Dr. saying that has contributed and is one of our regular contributors on this show. Samuel Ayeni, also a contributor on this show and one of the regulars, streaming from UK. Dr. saying streaming from Abuja. Yeah, yeah, Goladia. Sorry, oh, it's the way. I think it's the email address. I don't really have the correct name. But you know yourself, we appreciate you. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name very well. Taiwo Ojo, one of our regular, constant, very consistent follower of this show. The Muyiwa Aderibigbe, that I was even going to say, is it your thing? And I realized yours is
Mine is
Olaribigbe.
Olaribigbe.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is Muyiwa Aderibigbe. He
Ibigbe.
also contributed. Thank you very much. And for others that have not been able to pick their names, okay, Shile Ola from Ibadan. Thank you for joining us. So for others that have not been able to pick your name, please forgive me. I appreciate you nonetheless, and I hope that's the most important thing. I hope you have learned something useful from today's session. Please, like we always say, if you find it useful, please make other people to benefit from it by sending it to them and let them also benefit from the useful guest. So once again, I appreciate my special guest for today, Omobola. On behalf of every one of us, we appreciate you. We thank
Thank
you
you,
for
ma.
this knowledge, for the great insight and the wisdom, compassion you have shown to be on this show today. We deeply appreciate your time and
Thank you, ma.
your valuable insight. Thank you. So, like I
Thank
said earlier, if you found today's program valuable, please like, follow, and subscribe to our platforms. YouTube channel is Comfort Eyitayo. Instagram account and Facebook account is at Comfort Eyitayo. So you'll be notified whenever we go live. Please share this replay with someone who may need encouragement today. Join us again for our next week for another impactful conversation. Until then, continue learning, continue growing, continue creating value because the world rewards value. I look forward to seeing you at our next conversation. Thank you once again, everyone, and our special guest for spending this 1 hour with us. Have a peaceful evening. God bless you and see you next time. And enjoy the rainy day if you are journeying from Nigeria. Thank you. God bless you.